Yo, what's up guys, the Insane Game Freak here to bring you another, I guess this could be technically a rant, or kind of a discussion in itself, just talking about the different genres of anime that people don't want to fuck with, because I've noticed this, as I'm recording this video, I did a blog TV early of the night I am recording this video, and it seems, and the weird thing is, it's really hard to get people into other series. Now, I don't think we do this enough. I don't think we suggest series to each other enough. We always do these videos where we're suggesting of one show or one thing, and we do this. Like, when I make a review on something, there's usually, like, just one suggestion after that. Like, we need to know, this is the video I want it to be, where it's an ass amount of just fucking different types of shit series. Not just shonen, and not just shit that's just gory, violent, or manly. I want like real shit in the comments. But before that, let's actually get into the meat of the discussion. Let's go. Okay, so what the meat of the discussion is that it seems like a lot of people, it seems like in this community, the quote-unquote anime community, there isn't enough diversity. People always want to fucking review something that has some sense of violence in it. And there's nothing wrong with reviewing shit that has violence in it. I'm just saying, we only stick to shit, simple shit. We only stick to shows that follow a set genre. One of the things about our community that I fucking hate is that we're really fucking closed-minded. I have only found like one dude who's dedicated to Sailor Moon. I find a few people who are willing to talk about other things. Nothing, you know what? Fine, you like Bleach, Naruto, One Piece, Fairy Tail, Toriko, what the fuck, wherever the fuck ever, okay? You like those shows. But when we're stuck in that fucking clique of just those shows, it kills any expansion of our community. The only expansion we're getting right now is the fact that there are more anime people becoming partners. But that's not helping if all we're promoting is the same shit. I mean, you still got niggas doing reviews of the same shows. The same shows that have publicity. The same shows that everybody knows about. And that's perfectly fine, you want to promote your show. But no one ever talks about anything else. We're getting better at it, but the problem with me is that there's a lot of bias. I want to break a couple of bias things. The first thing I want to break is the shoujo bias. I don't think niggas give shoujo enough chance just because it doesn't have fighting in it. Not every show has to have fighting in it. I mean, you have people who watch romance movies and can watch Die Hard and watch, I don't know, there's a thin line between love and hate. You can watch those two fucking movies and there's no problem. So why is it that you can't watch Naruto and watch, what's a good one? What's a good romance? Or the manga, Ginkgo Art sent me, Dengeki Daisy, or Azuma Gadaio, or, I mean, fuck, people have been talking about Madoka Magica recently. Like, I don't see the problem with watching different genres. Like, I know a lot of you guys are younger and you're not really into the certain things. But the thing is, you're going to get tired of one genre. That's the thing about humans in general. We can't just stick to one thing our entire lives. It's just not the way it is. That's why people don't get married as soon as they start dating. Because usually they start changing as a person and usually they grow apart. That's how it works. We're not going to get stuck. Like, you might say, I only like shonen now or seinen now because those are the two ones that have violence in it. But it's not going to stay that way. And I need to show, and I guess I'm going to talk about the appeal of the other genres. Now, recently, I think a lot of people have noticed I've been talking about more ecchi, harem, shoujo material. The enjoyment of shoujo, to be purely honest, is kind of the more realistic aspect of it. I'm not talking about realistic in terms of, I'm talking about it's more realistic compared to other shit, like shonens and shoujos. Like, you can't relate to the events in One Piece. You can relate to the characters, not the events. In shit like Toradora or Kimi no Doge, well actually I can't say that because I haven't fucking seen Kimi no Doge, I just reserved it. Yeah, let's just stick with Toradora or Working. It's more realistic, like shit in life. You can say, oh, I know a guy like that, or I know a girl like that. And the romance is actually fairly enjoyable to watch. Especially when it's realistic romance, not this fucking, which gets into a problem I have with Oh My Goddess, where the characters are like so farly exaggerated from real people that you're just like, what the fuck? Like how I mentioned Oh My Goddess, Belle Danny's like the fucking perfect chick. I'm talking about like realistic people who have realistic problems. Now, obviously they're gonna be a little bit more out there because it's anime, but still, that's the appeal to shoujos, is that Shoujos are either really people need to stop thinking shoujos are all about romance, because it depends on what shoujo you're watching. If you're watching something comedy heavy, which is Lucky Star or Azumanga Daioh, there's no romance in those two shows. Those are fully just straight on comedy, essentially. Yeah, just straight comedy. If you're watching, and there are action-based shoujos like Sailor Moon, Cardcaptor Sakura, or Tokyo Mew Mew. Shoujo isn't just stuck in that one hole that people keep thinking it is. The same thing with harems. A lot of people don't like fucking harems because they're ass and titty shots, which doesn't make any fucking sense considering half the niggas who say that enjoy porn. It's the same fucking thing. I can't stand drawn titties, but you can stand real life titties. I don't understand how is this worse? I don't understand how that's worse considering this is somebody's daughter. This is a fucking picture. I never understood that. It's not like, that always killed me. But here's my thing with harems. A lot of people go, harems is just a whole bunch of dumb shit. As I said, there's different types of harems. It's not just as simple as shit like Queen's Blade or shit like Ikitosen, where it's just random violence and ass and titty shots. Because that's essentially what Queen's Blade and Ikitosen were. They were like fucking tournament shows with ass and titty shots. So mind you, I haven't gone in and tried to know the plot for those shows, so I would love to see somebody defend Queen's Blade or Ikitosen. I know a friend who likes, I think it's Ikitosen, but I would love to see people defend these shows just out of curiosity, just to see what they find so appealing about it. Because I'm an open-minded person, and I get tired of certain things. Like I know people, like my friend J-Man told me one time, I was like, why do you watch Fairy Tail when Fairy Tail isn't even as good as Naruto or One Piece? He's like, because it's something when you want to take a break. Not everybody's going to be all into Naruto and One Piece's asses the entire fucking time. You're going to get tired of it. It gets jarring after a point because it's the same shit. As I said, as humans, we get tired of the same shit. But going back to and that's why I switched to shit like harems. Me personally, a lot of my friends know this off the Blog TV, I am really into the seasonal anime Meio Chiki right now because it's such a fun show. That's the other thing. Not saying shonens and sennings can't be fun. I'm just saying there's more of a fun aspect with the other shows. Like there's more of a pure enjoyment factor from these. Harems, I like the fact there are different girls and one main character because I get to see 6 or 7 different personalities interact with the same guy and see each of these people have these, emotional struggles and deal with their own personal problems depending on what the plot is about, and see them interact. Like, and not saying every fucking harem or every fucking shoujo is perfect, because I don't fucking like it. Lucky Star, I thought Lucky Star was boring as shit. And with harems, I can't fucking stand Kanokon back there that can go burn in a fucking fire. I'm not saying every one of these genres are great comedy shows. I mean, most of these genres, like harem, just because it has harem in the genre doesn't mean... You gotta realize, almost every show is a mixture of more than one genre. And that's my whole thing. Don't just stick to these two. Because shonen and seinen get old. I can't fucking sit there and watch. Let me ask you, how many people can watch Akira, Hajime no Ippo, One Piece, Naruto, Kenshin, Yu Yu Hakusho, all that shit back to back to back to back. I'm not talking about watching it in your lifetime. I'm talking about watching it legitimately back to back to back to back. Like as soon as you finish with Kenshin, you go into Yu Yu Hakusho. Finish with Yu Yu Hakusho, go into One Piece. Going from One Piece to Naruto, Berserk, fighting like. Shit, like, I can't do that, like, going into my series, and considering One Piece and Naruto are ongoing, it's like, I get my shonen all the fucking time. I want other shit, because I can't enjoy the shows. Like, working, it's a comedy, I believe working is like a comedy and a romance. I like that shit, because it's fun. I don't need, not everything needs to be as complicated or intricate as One Piece is. I like One Piece. I like Naruto, even though Naruto, to me, isn't as complicated as One Piece is, or intricate, or even as complex. I don't always need, like, this ridiculous shit, and that's my whole thing. You guys, stop comparing every show to these, because you're not going to enjoy anything. You're really not. I know J-Man likes fucking Haruhi Suzumiya. We both know for a fact that Haruhi Suzumiya and Naruto are on 2 motherfucking different levels. But he still likes both of those shows. That's my whole thing. Stop comparing shit to these. These are not the end-all, be-all. I know niggas who think Sailor Moon is better than Dragon Ball Z. There are niggas who think Queen's Blade is better than One Piece. That's my whole thing. We need variety. I want to see more of those people. Because all I see are these. And that's my whole thing. This video is more of a discussion. What are your favorite shows, and why do you like so much? Because I feel like when people look at the comments for this video, I want them to be like, damn, I might have to go check this show out. I want people to like go to either My Anime List or just Google some of these shows just to see. Because I've heard about other shows I haven't gotten into. I heard Black Lagoon is fucking awesome. I haven't gotten into it, but I am curious because I saw a couple of clips and Revy looks cool as shit. I'm getting into Sailor Moon when I get the manga volume next month, and Tokyo Mew because I only watch the anime, so I want to get into the manga because 4Kids, you know, it's fucking 4Kids. In terms of harems, I'm in the Mayo Chiki right now. Manyu, we're not gonna talk about Manyu, but I like watching things with different premises because there are certain things you can and cannot relate to. Like I can relate to shit over here, but that doesn't mean everything I want to relate to is over here. I want to relate to shit over here too. Fuck, because One Piece is not the end all be all. I want this to be known. Like for anime fans, you're not gonna get a good view of anime. You're only watching two genres. For people who only watch like shit, like this is the conversation shit I hate. I want to see more of you fans who your favorite series don't have shit to do with this. Like, I don't like fucking Gundams, but I know AG Ending Girls is fucking in love with Gundam. That's something different because everything else has been the fucking same. Even though I think Gundam still categorizes as one of these anyway. But you get my point. More fans of these. You know, people whose favorite shows aren't typical shit. I still love my shit over here. I will still watch the fuck out of DBZ or fucking Zatch Bell or Mare or whatever. I will still watch the shit out of these, but I kind of want people to realize that these other sections aren't bad. Just because it's pure comedy doesn't mean it sucks. Desert Punk is fucking hilarious. I haven't watched Fruit Basket or Ouran High School Host Club. I know a lot of people like those shows. I mean, there's a lot of things that differ into anime fandom and what shows you do and do not like. Some shows look stupid, some shows look really retarded, and some shows look eh. Like, I want to finish My Bride as a Mermaid. I just haven't had the chance to. Or I haven't had the chance to buy it. But you get my whole point. You get where I'm going with this. I want people to not be biased against this and try out this. And I'll give you a few suggestions. For shoujos, try Uzumaki if you're not really into romance. If you're really into romance, try Working or Toradora. If you're into like more fighting-ish series, Cardcaptor Sakura, Tokyo Mew Mew, Sailor Moon. For harems, if you're really into a good harem, if you want to see an example of a good harem, I haven't seen Tenchi, but I do know Tenchi is good, and I am curious to watch Tenchi. But I'll pick ones that I know. My Goddess, Sekirei, Mayochiki right now, because I'm fucking loving that show. Koriwa Zami Desuka. If you're looking for harems that are more fan service heavy, like if you're really into the 2D fat-tastic action, Ikitosen, Queen's Blade, which one is really... Sekirei technically is still somewhat ridiculous, but I don't think so. But I do know some people do. Those are my suggestions, you know. Comedy series, I would go for fucking, Working is pretty funny, to me personally. Working was funny as shit. So was Desert Punk. Even though, I mean, and if you're going, you know, and if you want, like, deep and intellectual plots, go for fucking Elfen Lied, or Durarara, or Bakano, or, damn, I just, Fullmetal Alchemist is freaking good. Like, stop doing these simple suggestions. Try to cover all your bases. That's all I'm saying. Try to cover all the bases because you'll develop a more defined taste as an anime fan. Not to quote Din or anything, but it's tasting time. I never thought I'd actually get to use that fucking quote in the video. Thank you, Din. Thank you, Vin. But, you know, expand the horizons a little bit. You know, other things. There are other things out there. And you know, in terms of comments for the video, I would prefer you get videos talking about different things. I don't want to see a Naruto video. I want to see a fucking One Piece video. Shows that have not been talked about. Shows you fucking love that people aren't talking about. You know, get your series, the series that you love, that isn't being talked about. I would love to see Sailor Moon's perspective because me personally, as highly reviewed as that show is, I barely see anyone talk about it, if anyone. And you know, for someone who's going into the series, I would like to get that kind of retrospective. That's just me personally. But I think I've talked enough in terms of the discussion video. That's about it. So I guess there's nothing else to say but life's a game. Play to win. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace!